What's that say? It says they're not fucking around crew. That's what that says.
What is up? We are live. We're in a different place. I'm in a different place than normal. It's Wednesday night. Myself and Jordan are here for Hot Topic. How was your week?
It's good. That's my short week, so I ain't done shit. But it's been good. It's been good.
Well, I'm gonna start it off with the sad news that we had to deal with here in Ennis County. We lost for those who don't know yet, on Friday the 21st, we lost a deputy to an officer-involved shooting. Another deputy was shot, and then a locksmith was also killed in what is, that's our first officer killed since the 80s, 1986, I believe. The message that I have is it can happen in any town, anytime. This was a minor, what people would call a minor eviction call is the way they're categorizing. I know a lot more about the call, and eventually I'll break it down and cover it. But what sounds like a minor call, which isn't just an eviction, turned into a gunfight where one officer was killed, one officer was shot, and a civilian was killed. And officer killed was Terry Sweeting, Mashcow. She was one of my original zone partners in 2005 and 6. I worked with for about a year and a half on patrol, and then I worked with her again throughout my career many times, and then supervised her near the end of my career. We kind of all say the same standard things about somebody when they're gone, but Terry was hardcore. Terry was very straight to the point. She was a very good friend, very good deputy, animal lover, mother, has a great mother, Kathy, that also works at the sheriff's office as a crossing guard. So it hit the community hard. It hit everybody hard. And, I covered more of it on my episode today, but I just wanted to dedicate this episode to her and her family and let them know that, we're not going to let her be forgotten, and we're going to do things positive to make sure that her name continues on throughout the community. So that was a tough one, man.
Yeah. When your friends die, it's weird.
Yeah. I covered it on my episode. I covered it the first time I went live on Antihero. The ODM Officer Down Memorial page goes off. You look at it, you're like, oh man, this poor guy. He's California. He's got 2 kids. This poor guy. And then I knew she was dead. She died at like a little after 9 a.m. on Friday, and I was dealing with all that, and everybody's talking, and then the alert goes off on my phone, and I'm like, fuck me, man. I opened it up, and there's her face, and it's just like, it is a completely insane feeling because I created, most of us, unless you've had tragedy in your life, your grandma dies, she's old, your family members die, they're old, you expect it. And then you get here and you're like, man, she's 47, she's just at retirement age, she's got 25 years in, she can go finally. And I'm not going to go into the details, but it was a pretty ugly end to her life. It's unfortunate the way it went down. So and what I covered on this morning's episode was what I kind of labeled the title tonight was "We Are Family." What I covered was just kind of like, and I'm not comparing this, so please, before I say it, just like the country united after 9/11 and everything was gone. Racism was gone. Democrats and Republicans were gone. There was nobody. It was just Americans. The community kind of aligned. Obviously, the community aligns like that now. And my challenges to everybody is don't do this for just because somebody died, continue it. Do it when they're not dead. Do it. Treat everybody good all the time. And I'm not playing the violin, like the pipe dream that we're all just going to stop crime and everything. But there's a lot of stuff that goes on. It in law enforcement. We just treat each other like shit all the time. And it's like, does it really need to happen like that?
But the problem always is it takes not even tragedy. It takes extreme tragedy for everyone to be like, well, fuck, maybe it's not that big of a deal. It's just, it always sucks.
Yeah, because my buddy, my good friend Paul Newborn died early this year, and that was not a line of duty death. That was just, he was younger, but he knew, everybody knew he kind of had some health problems. But even then, it was like very quick and gone. Everybody came together. Oh, Paul, the very small funeral on. Now this is going to be a massive production, and I'm not knocking the funerals. I'm not knocking the tribute, but she's gone, and it's like, let's treat them good while they're here. And again, memorialize everybody, and she deserves it.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, man, that, and I call for admin and everybody else, like, stop fucking with everybody. Just, there's enough. This can happen, and statistically, there's no rhyme. It can happen again tomorrow. Doesn't matter what size town you're in. It doesn't matter if you're in a big city or small city. This could happen again tomorrow in a little town, and there you
I
are.
remember. So one of the last, so two troopers that I knew, they died damn near back to back. I was backsliding like at the agency, like I was on my GSP's a fucking piece of shit agency feelings. I was already leaving, but I remember one of the last things I did. Like I had so much hate for GSP that one of the last things I did. Chase, the last guy, he was at the funeral home and we stayed with him 24 hours a day. And one of the last things I did, I stayed with him like in an overnight shift. I just stayed at the funeral home with him. And I was sitting there when he was laying in the casket. He's in his uniform. And I remember sitting there. I was like, man, ain't this fucking big of a deal? Like this all the shit I thought I had going on and how much I hated GSP and how much shit I talked and how miserable it made me. Looking at him in his uniform laying there, and I was like, this fucking ain't that serious, man.
And that's what I hope people understand. And it's like
Yeah.
it goes both ways because we're guilty as the troops, the regular guys, complain. But I think and admin is very guilty as well. And here I don't know how anybody feels about this, and I'm going to say it. They posthumously promoted her to sergeant, and I'm like, I get the retirement one where the person retires and they bump them up the rank and they're there.
That's what I was going to say. I understand that part. If it's just like an honorary thing,
But she's known as Deputy Weeding or Deputy Mashcow, and then you promote her, and it kind of now you will call her sergeant. It's like my knock on that is she was on the sergeant's list many times and could have been a sergeant, but she wasn't. And it's like, and the cops need more training and but I just look at it like, she was here. Like let's them enjoy it like that. Don't once somebody's gone, it's like they're gone. And if you believe in God and all that, I get it. They're somewhere better, and that's great. But like on Earth, like let's enjoy it while they're here. Let's celebrate people while they're here. Let's not treat each other like shit because that family thing is like, it, and I know it, and it's. Right now, it's completely non-existent. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's getting along. Everybody's in the group chats. But the other thing I was going to say is, I think one of the things I covered too is overly making it about yourself. Like when somebody dies, it's like, oh, I'm so sad. I can't sleep. I can't eat. And I think I get you're grieving, but grieve. There's a family without a daughter that came home and a mother that didn't come home, and it's like we know you're sad. And you should be, especially very close friends. And if you're very, very close, I'll give you a pass. But when there's people that don't know her or didn't work with her, when you overly excel it just, to me, it diminishes or takes away from the actual process. Because it's like
I fucking hate when like some politician or some shit starts using their death as like part of their fucking agenda or something. Like I'm talking like right away. Like she's. Like the poor girl, she's not even cold yet. And they're like, oh, they're using it. Oh, if we had only had more training or more money or something. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
So I'm glad you said that because I would have completely glossed over it. Dennis Michael Lynch. Look him up. Dennis Michael Lynch. He was going to run for president in 2016. He's not a real well-known name, but he threw his name on the ticket. When Charlie Kirk died, and we have a budget crisis in our county, he used Charlie Kirk's death to equate it to the local and then the budget. And I was sick. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to go after this guy. He's got 1.5 million followers on YouTube, smaller following on Instagram. So I was like, you know what? I made a whole reel. I was mad. I let it go. Yeah. Bro, not the next fucking day. This fucking guy used her death to talk about the sheriff's budget and basically try to tie it to the fact that it wasn't. And that call had nothing to do with the budget. And there's things I do know that had to do with that call. Other things that were going on at the agency that led to less manpower. I'm not going to shit on anybody yet. I will eventually. But that dude with that massive following that says, well, if the sheriff's budget was funded and the county commission didn't take away and I'm like,
she'd still be alive. Shut the fuck up.
You don't even know who the fuck this girl is. You've never met her, never
met her before in your life.
Never sat door to door with her while she's going through problems at home and all the calls we went on together. And you have the nerve to just. How it goes both ways. If I was over here shitting on the agency right now, I'd expect somebody to call me out. You know what? Right now, it's a ceasefire. Like I got nothing. There's problems. I'm not going to talk about it right now. We're going to let that go, and we'll resume at a later date. We'll get back to it. This is not the time. But this guy, who's a strong ally of the sheriff, gets on his massive platform and basically says, oh, if the sheriff's budget was funded and county commission didn't cut it, she'd be alive. That's what he said. That's a shithead move. The shithead move.
It's not even fucking factually fucking accurate.
It's not. It's not. That had nothing to do with it. It makes you sound even worse. And then, like I said, the sheriff is associated with this guy. So it's like, that's where I look at, like, just like here, if somebody I'm associated, Jim, Tyler, Jimmy, anybody associated with me, something happens to you, they're gonna be like, well, that's your guy that you do shows with. You're connected to him. Well, this guy and you are tight. You're using him as your guy, and he's out there saying these silly things about a deputy's death. It's like it wasn't the time or place, and I'm not holding back. He wants to come after me, but I'm not. All right, what do we got up? Let's get to a little lighter. Oh, let's get to this call. I want to cover this one because this has skimmed under the radar. We all saw. Do you see this in Chicago?
The train? Yeah.
This is the guy. Okay. Here's a suspect. I'm just saying it. Just saying it. This is the suspect. You can't see the victim, right? Glossed over. Now I'm going to show you what the victim looks like. And you tell me if this. Oh, man, I got rid of you. We don't want that. This is the victim.
Jesus.
This is the third time now a catastrophic incident involving a black male and a white female that are pretty serious crimes. This guy was charged with terrorism. They actually hit him with the old terrorism charge because he set her on fire. I think he's got 40 arrests. I'm just saying, that seems like things would be going a lot different if that was flipped around. Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to keep beating a dead horse, but Charlotte, stabbed, that kind of just gone. Nobody burned, no neighborhoods burned. And then this one, guy sets her on fire. And it's like, in other news, guy set a lady on fire on a bus, and it was kind of like glossed over. So I thought that was interesting. And then we always talk about Chauvin. You saw that Derek Chauvin's lawyer filed a petition or a petition for a hearing to challenge the fact that he was taught that move, the kneeling down move. And of course,
the knee on back.
Yeah, the Tyler, the killer over there, he thinks that that's a huge thing. And I'm like, no, he still didn't still waited 9 minutes to get off. I don't care if he's taught that move or not.
It wasn't what he did, it was how long he fucking did it for.
And I brought that up to you guys. I said, well, there's agencies use the LVNR. If you lock the LVNR in for 9 minutes, you're probably going to go to prison. You're probably in
fucking prison.
Yeah. Probably in trouble. So anyway, so that now we'll go to the light stuff. So I'm seeing this, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Hopefully you can see this in this picture. I'm seeing this a lot lately. Can you see his magazines?
Well, the one face one way, one face the other way.
One's going one way. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah.
What is the point? Is there a lot?
I've never even brought it up. I've never even addressed it, to be honest with you. Like, I've seen it. There's I just don't know. Fuck. I've never like, what the fuck's up with that? Never.
You can't tell me that in a gunfight you can logically think I'm going to grab the one face in one way this time and grab the one face in.
I just don't know the mechanics of it. I don't know why. I don't know.
It can't be. I suspect it's not, because I got one more. I suspect, and this girl, I guess, talked to somebody after this. So if you look close there above the dog's head, she's got the same thing going on. And she contacted somebody who contacted me and said she doesn't look like it. I had just come from qualifications and I was just off the range and I accidentally put them back like that.
How do you accidentally put them up? It comes in one way. It goes one way. You know how weird it would fucking feel to put it backwards? It'd be so weird.
Yeah. So I'm not buying.
But again, here's the thing. I mean, shit happens.
Yes. But it's too common.
Yeah. But I walked out the door the other day without one of my bell keepers on. Whatever. But your mags, that's like walking out the door without your fucking gun. You're like, wait a minute, I'm light, something feels weird. I don't know. Yeah. And I don't know, because for me, I touch mine a lot. Like, I cycle
constantly.
Yeah. I cycle my mags a lot.
I don't think you could wear that shirt, could you?
No, I don't. No, fuck him. No, fuck that asshole. I ain't wearing that shit.
Yeah, I had a habit, and when we carried the SIG. I don't think I'm that guy. When I left the road and got banished to the crime center, we were still carrying the SIG 320, and I had the 21 round mag for SWAT. and that thing, I had the high-speed gear pouches in it. I would constantly just grab both mags, make sure they were tight enough, they wouldn't come out, just perfect. Like, I guess there's guys that go like months, years without ever touching their gear.
And they're like, they were one of the biggest things that it's like there was like the guys who they come out like the taser batteries are fucking dead. You haven't touched your taser in what month? The same thing with me. Like I snap my shit down. I manipulate it. If I'm standing doing whatever, pumping gas, I'm just like manipulating my shit because just give me something to fucking do. But like two, I'm through the movements, man. Yeah.
I went down the whole thing. I would pull my taser halfway out, make sure our taser's good. I would check mags, gun, flip the hood up and down a couple times, like okay, and then I'd be ready. And then people would say to me, "Oh, you get your hand off your gun." I'm like, "Buddy, I stand like this. Like, sorry, you're gonna have to deal with it. My hand, I rest it there, like I keep it there." So, that was one thing I always dealt with there. I have zero respect for self-proclaimed heroes, but Derek should not be in prison. Wow,
what the fuck,
Steve? That's out of left field. That is whack. Sheriff Sanders fixed his vest and so I put this sheriff on blast for his mags. The sheriff, young guy too. And what I understood was somebody, you have to send me a picture. If you got a picture of it, I want to see his fixed vest.
Is that the Minnesota guy? Some guy north, whatever?
I think it's Oklahoma.
Oh.
And I cooked him on You're Out of Touch. And it was because he had his, it was a body cam or his taser something was blocking his mags. I think it was a body cam. And I'm like, there's no way this guy can reload. And I guess he fixed it. My dad had to pry rounds out of a revolver that belonged to a coworker back in the day at Vero Beach Police Department. The day it got wet. I believe that. I know a guy, I'm not going to say his name. I know a guy that when he turned his, that's how little the guy used a revolver. Washington Washington is where that sheriff is. We had a guy turn his Beretta in, and it was so rusted you couldn't cycle it. You couldn't even eject a round.
Nice.
So I don't know. I guess if you pulled the trigger in a shooting, it would have just exploded because you couldn't manually put a round through it. So, all right, what else we got? We got another. How many more pictures? What is it? Oh, here we go. You're gonna like this one. I think this is Memphis.
Oh shit!
This is a stack. Look at that. Look at that rear chick's gun pointed pretty directly at the guy.
Flag your friends.
And she's got look at the grip too.
That's tight. That's what's up.
Limp wrist grip pointed directly at her friend there.
She got the fucking Charlie's Angels going on.
Yeah, and she's got the hair, the nails, and the whole 30 by 30 stereotype that we get told we're not supposed to talk about. And that I'm told Memphis from many people on that follow Copville is an absolute war zone nightmare right now. Like their police can't get anything done. The feds are coming in. Like it is bad. Yeah. Bad.
I know a couple APD guys that are from Memphis, and they think it's insanity.
Well, that's what them 5 black dudes beat the snot out of that guy. Remember they killed that guy.
They beat the shit out of that dude.
Tyler called that distractionary blows, is what he called. He called. He said he's resisting.
Yeah.
And again, that didn't get many headlines. You didn't see much about that. You had to kind of dig for that story, and they were indicted, and they were actually let go in federal court, but there was a big little to do about that. Something in the feds, they got their charges dropped, but they all went to state prison for whatever. But yeah, not many headlines on that one. But yeah, they were called. Tyler referred to them as distraction.
You fucking Florida assholes were talking about the distractionary techniques. When that Jacksonville dude awed that guy through the window, saying it was a distractionary technique.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Jacksonville is wild, and yes, yes. And I was talking to Dom Hizzo today. Brandon Tatum, Officer Tatum. He has weird takes sometimes. He took the side of the cops on that one, that they were justified to do that.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. He said something about the weather. I think there was like the old 3. I think we talked about it. There was like 3 raindrops on the windshield.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And they were like weather and location. And I mean, that's a pre-body camera technique. You can't do that one anymore.
Fucking distraction technique.
All right.
I ran him over with my car to distract.
I'm gonna have to mute this because I don't want to get our episode flagged. But I'm gonna play the. This agency is popping up everywhere. Look at this video. Tell me what this video does for law enforcement.
God.
Here we are. Beanpole 1 and Beanpole 2. This is like a 2,500 town. There's 4 officers. And this is 2 of them. So
that's the whole shift right there.
yeah, that's a whole shift of people. And this is what and it seems like they're getting like they're liking it because they're starting to like show off on TikTok. I'm getting it a lot from people. So let me see what else I
They're
got.
bored. They haven't had a call all year. So
Until they do. Until they do. Then they'll be sorry. What we got here?
Yeah. No, they'll see red, man. They'll see red and just handle
Oh,
it.
here's another one. This one is hold on. Sent the before and after on Copville IG. Oh, I must have missed the after. Send me the after again if you're still on. Well, you have to go out of the live. Just send it to me after. River Cops, yes. Hold on. Tatum has the IQ equivalent to a bag of cheese sticks. Yeah, I know Steve is a big fan of Dom's, and Dom's not a fan. But all right, this one here, another one. This is a lot to unpack in this one. This one's crazy. But first of all, her size. Right, we got a big girl. They're doing this new trend. This is that wake in the morning and I step outside and they do all that. But look at this kit setup. Like, I think that's a taser, drop leg taser. We have the unstaged tourniquet. You can see that. I think a mag pouch or a handcuff pouch is empty. He's very chunky. And this is what we're doing. And that kit is
his handcuffs are empty.
Yeah, that's why his handcuffs are empty. I said to everybody, unpack it yourself, but this is
I never understood this fucking like Wish fucking cheap ass pouches. It's like the Velcro crap, like she's LARPing, like she's dressing up for Halloween or some shit. Like this isn't even real. Like that's a zero handcuff holster. That's not bad, but it's fucking empty. But like all of her stuff, like it's like the cheapest shit you buy off fucking Amazon. I don't know.
And it's like that. That's my problem with law enforcement. The confidence shown by people who should not be confident and obviously are not prepared. And that's when I get into we are family. The other side of that family thing is we don't talk to each other like family, because somebody should walk up to her and be like, bro, what is going on here? Like, and then to him, how did you end up on massive TikTok video, even though it's garbage, without your equipment? It's like,
well, again, a lot of that stuff. Again, a lot of that stuff is their kits are because they never touch it. You know, they never use it. They don't know what works and what doesn't work because they don't use any of it. So it always works because it's never fucking used. Yeah, and
my wife says it's my wife calls it like they just get lucky every day. They are lucky daily. It's statistically, they're just statistically lucky because they have gone X amount of years and nobody's pulled their card, and they won't ever know until their card gets pulled. And we have to hope it's just a minor resisting or a minor call, and it's not a gunfight or something.
None of that shit's secure. Like you can't defend. I didn't even see where a gun was, but you can't defend two drop like at the same time. You have zero weapon retention. You can focus all your energy on one, and then you're giving up the other one. You're doing fucking whack-a-mole trying to cover your shit. Yeah.
Where the hell is it? All right, let's bring it back up because it looks like above her taser. Oh, I can't play the song. So above her taser, you see the drop leg taser. It looks like there's a QLS right there.
It is,
but you couldn't put a gun there. What the fuck are you putting there? You can't have a gun and then a taser below it. She's so fat.
So where the fuck is that? So is that her gun on the right? Or is that a radio? No, a radio's right there.
No, that's a radio. So I guess she's so big you can't get the gun. It has to be on the right side. But there's a QLS here. It doesn't make. I saw that. I'm like, what would go here? What would go above the taser?
But why are you even what setup even is that? Why are you taking it off why are you disconnecting it from your leg? Just unstrap it from your leg and take your belt off.
Yeah, but
why are you even taking it off your belt?
Yeah, I don't know what goes there, and I can't get a gun. Like, look at her right side. She's so big. I don't see a gun over there.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
But again, I'm saying, like, that's not realistic. There's no, you can't, they're all level 0. You know, you can just fucking, anyone's gonna be able to access any of your shit. That's because it doesn't work. You've never jumped a fence with that. You've never took off in a dead sprint with that. is going to come out and it's going to flop and start magically hitting you in the fucking face.
She jumped a fence in her adult life. All
Well,
right, let's go here. Did you look at the PDF I sent you about the RPO that happened over the weekend? I did. We had an incident. I didn't get a chance to dissect it all the way. That's my buddy, I believe, Sean. We had a headline was suspect bear sprays 8 cops and the canine.
Yeah.
And there was some call beforehand. There was an RPO, which is what's called a risk protection order in Florida, which is where we deem you like mentally incapable of possessing a gun. So we do an order to a judge, and he had temporarily revokes your Second Amendment and says you can't have a gun, you can't buy a gun, and you would be considered a felon, just like a convicted felon would be for this time until you have a hearing or you appeal it or whatever. So I didn't get to. I did breeze over the RPO, Sean. I didn't get to read it all. I did see the call. My biggest problem was I saw a guy bear sprayed 8 people in the cop, and his booking photo was very clean. His face was very, very clean. So he got tased, but I don't know that you pepper spray me. I don't know if I want to tase you. I think I want to get my paws on you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not do anything illegal, but you know, I want to get my hands on you if you pepper spray me.
I like my
Never buy
that.
cheap gear, invest in your gear, pay a little extra to get what's going to last and practical and doesn't look like crap. Take pride. Yeah. I wish if all cops listen to that one right there, they'd be in a good place.
Yeah.
They intentionally avoid real calls. I believe some people do avoid real calls.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
Is there information discipline problem in there or what? Yeah.
Hide and go seek champions. Yeah, we used to call troopers that never took anybody to jail the hide and go seek champions because you can sit there with the easiest job, right? You gotta stop cars, but if you're sitting and you're watching 50 cars go by, well, so the car goes by, you're like, well, you know, if you have 4 white dudes with face tattoos in a rental Nissan and a Nissan Altima, and then they have none of them have seatbelts on, but the lady behind it is, you know, has her seatbelt off because she's reaching back to like look at her kid in the car seat. You're like, I'm just gonna stop that one. Yeah, dude,
I just want to point out how politically correct you were with the fact that there were 4 white guys in a Nissan Altima with face tattoos. Yeah, it wasn't 4 guys with dreadlocks. It was 4 guys with face tattoos. 4 guys with face tattoos would probably be in like an old Tahoe. 4 white guys with face tattoos, a Buick,
a Buick Century. Dude, that was one of my favorite things, man. Because when I worked up in North Georgia, we had a lot of ghost face guys up there, and they tried to kill my buddy. So I always had my dick hard for those assholes. And every time they go by, they would have like the 2-door Explorers. Remember them things?
Oh, yeah.
The old 2-door Explorers. When they would go by, I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like,
the 2-door Explorer, the old blue Buick Rendezvous SUV, Saturn SUV, Saturn car. All those were no good.
Yep.
The other day, I saw a transit cop at the airport. His baton rig was so up. With his baton rig up so it wasn't resting in the tang of his pistol. Totally in the way. Yeah. I mean, we see that all the time with the ass behind the gun. I see guys putting knives like behind their gun, like on their belt. I just don't want anything near my gun. Like imagine if you're going for your gun and your thumb gets caught in like they got them, you know, everybody buys that fancy like ninja shit with the brass knuckle.
Karambit and all that crazy shit. I've never taken a knife class in their life. Yeah.
Correct. And I see a lot of cops with it stuffed in there. And imagine you're in a ground fight and you're digging for your gun and your thumb's getting caught in that metal of that blade. I just don't know why guys do wild stuff. Tyler would have justified. Yeah, Tyler can justify plugging anybody. He's got the wildest use of force parameters I've ever seen. Here in Georgia, it seems like everyone in Nissan Altimas, Jordan would know. Seems like every car GSP chases an Altima. Yeah, they're pretty famous.
The ghetto gun shit, baby.
No, did you see my post? Rest in peace.
What?
They're discontinuing it.
What?
An Altima.
Get the fuck out of here. Why?
I have no idea what business plan that Nissan was like. Let's take the car.
Like, save the brand. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
No, they're discontinuing. One of my favorite pages is Hoodville that I follow, and that's all the ghetto hood stuff and hilarious comedy. And he posted, and it's true. I looked it up. Discontinuing Altima. The ghetto gunship is being retired to the. Yep, off we go. Now there'll be plenty to go around for another 15 years, but there
there's millions of them bitches on the road. They're never gonna go anywhere. Yeah.
I mean, and isn't it funny how like people say like profiling or stereo, but everybody knows everybody knows that if you're in an Ultima, like you're pretty much guilty of something.
That's like the Crown Royal bag. If you ever looked in a car and saw a Crown Royal bag, you're like, well, you're going to jail for something. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but you're fucking going to jail for something. Yeah.
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 This one said that Nissan called it because they made it on Copville. What will be considered the new ghetto gunship? I don't know, man. Like right now, I'm out of the game. So I drive around town. I mean, an Ultima is still it. The 300 Chrysler is it. The Charger is it.
200s, baby. Fucking Chrysler 200.
Any old police car, old police car with that still has the light on the thing. That's it. The Nissan AI videos are pretty good. I saw a cruise ship the other day that was an Ultima. The whole cruise ship was an Ultima. What would the criminals run from troopers in then? Yeah, I don't know. It's funny how that everybody gravitates to that one car. All right, we talked a lot of shit. I want to show you a video that I think is excellent. Excellent. I think you're going to appreciate this one. Get where this is. This is somewhere up north. I want to say Connecticut. I'm going to turn the sound up. Well, there's probably no music. Let me just make sure. Hold on. No, I believe there is music.
Oh.
Yeah, my man's at it, dude. I think, he's at it. This is where the punching jiu-jitsu combination works. You can't overdo one or the other. But very effective, and he old knee spikes, man. The old knee spike. You like those, right? And he's working on mount, rear mount, like
big pressure on the shoulder. Yeah, big pressure on the turning arm. Yeah, man. Yeah. I like that.
That's old-fashioned, solid police work, man.
Yeah.
Do you think that guy trains? You think that guy?
Good. No, that was good. That was good. He got his fucking clock clean on the first one. No, he fucking
he ate one, but it's like
no, that was good. Yeah, pressure on the right side, didn't panic. That was good. Yeah.
They put the credit scores on the side of their cars.
Oh,
Cybertrucks? Nah, I don't think the Cybertrucks can be it.
Tesla's, man, the Model 3s. The Model 3s, because there was like a thing you could get like this massive discount on Teslas through like Uber and shit.
Yeah.
And we started chasing more damn fucking Teslas.
They're fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Went to Houston last weekend. Holy fuck, the amount of scat packs on the highway. I can imagine. Houston's a disaster, by the way. The cops, everything. Disaster. Old Chevy. Oh yeah, the Chevy.
Man, I do. I always thought when I worked dope, dude. Like the Trailblazers had that trap in the center console where the fucking jack and shit was, and the natural void there. Yeah, man, they cut that part out and make it like the hatch. You could hold like a fucking 80 kilos of coke in that shit.
So I'm gonna throw a shout out. Somebody sent me this, and I'm gonna throw a shout out to the Fire Boys because we talk a lot about. This one has music I have to block, but we talk, cops, and we sometimes get away from how difficult the fire. And it's not a joke, it's real. I'm sure you think I'm setting you up for like something, but this is, I mean, think about this. I never really thought about this. I work with a lot of firemen, and think about this call. Like, that doesn't look fun. That doesn't look fun. Like, I respect these guys. We make our cop fireman jokes. You guys probably didn't as much as patrol, but now you're a city. You do.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's miserable work, man. Those guys are, there's potentially people inside. It's all that gear on, and somebody sent me that.
We were at a house fire, working fire the other day, and it was going up good. And like, so I'll be honest with you, we poke with each other. I think we do it just because it's like ingrained in our DNA. But us and our fire guys, we actually get along really, really, really well. Like we see each other so much because we go to all these calls and stuff together. We see each other all the time. We really have a good time. But I will say our fire guys, and I'll say for us, our fire guys are fucking studs. Like they're fucking studs.
Yeah,
watch them work it. They're running ladders, throwing ladders up and down and just know it. And they're doing it for over an hour straight. And all they're doing is swapping out their tanks. They come down, they get on their knees. You see them like controlling their breathing. Guy comes over in the truck, swaps out their tank. They pat him on the shoulder. They fucking go. Like most cops, Most cops can't fucking do that shit.
No,
They
and
can't.
I think the fire versus cop thing is bigger in cities like NYPD, FDNY. I'm told. Like,
Yeah.
But same where I'm at. Those guys have, we've been on so many tragic calls together, and I always talk about, the closest I ever came to dying was swimming somebody back from a retention pond crash. It was pretty far, and I remember looking up, and there was like the fire guys like pulling me out of the water and grabbing the patients, and like they're good dudes, man. And I think they are in both aspects. They're underappreciated, and I'll say they're under fucked with as well, because everybody's heroes, right? We call them heroes. Like, nobody really hates firemen. Very few. I've never met anybody that woke up and was like, fire department. But they're kind of lost in that because we're always in the spotlight, good and bad, and they're kind of like the lost guys, and they're jam up dudes. They work hard. Sometimes they just make breakfast all day and stuff. Sometimes they don't.
Watch the fire trucks and shit.
Watch the truck, work out, pin the gear, hit some juice, like all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I didn't really think about it too much until, after some of the posts on Facebook for Terry when she passed away were like, I didn't think, like, there was firemen that had to go to that call. They had to load up bodies. They had to drive away. People they know, like the same thing. And it's all, anyway. When I was in EMS, we had a lot of awesome cops responding. Yeah, I think it's a good. Steve says nobody says fuck the firefighters, and you're right. Other than their ex-wives or soon-to-be ex-wives or the nurses at the emergency room, I don't think anybody really says fuck the firemen. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna cut loose at 15 minutes early. If you guys can cut me some slack, because I have to go live again at 8 because it's a long day. So we got about 10 minutes left. If anybody has any questions, I kind of leave it open tonight for any interaction. Jordan's a plethora of knowledge when it comes to law enforcement. Kind of open it up to you guys' comments, questions. I'm done yapping. Anybody, help me out. Help me out. I've been at it since 8:00 this morning.
Help you.
I am in the Anti-Hero studio right now. I drive over in the morning, and we're doing it because today is Wednesday. Normally I don't have this show, but because of Thanksgiving tomorrow, drove over 8 a.m., recorded Anti-Hero 11 to 1. We're putting up a brand new wall. We've been doing that all day. I went to the gym in between shows, came back, set up this studio, record now, and then right over there at 8:00 we go live on the night shift. Thoughts on Mark Kelly being put on active duty to get charged? Which one is that? Help me with that one. Yeah, I heard this name today, but I think that's a military thing.
Didn't a couple of fucking National Guard guys get shot in Washington or something?
Yeah, 2 National Guard guys were killed today. We're gonna cover that on the night shift.
Are they dead? I heard they were still alive. Did they actually die?
Yeah. We're gonna go into a little more detail. We got some videos, but 56, too old to get in law enforcement. Yeah, man. I would say the ship is sailed.
What kind of 56 are you then?
There's no 56. Man, I don't know. Senator, what did he do? Hit me back. I can't remember. I saw it. I can't remember what happened. I saw the name, maybe something with girls, kids. I did cover a story this morning where there was a football coach in Virginia that's disappeared. Like, he's got an undefeated program, like state championship, and child pornography. They came to his house. On, nobody can find him, and he is in the
story
room.
as old as time.
Yeah, armed security. Stick to that. Even though that can turn bad as well. Any given day could be. You never know what kind of day somebody else is having. You run into them at the wrong time. I saw a road rage incident the other day where there was a shooting, and I think there was an 11-year-old kid in the back seat. And
the kid, I saw the bike, and a guy walks up because it was me. I shot him. Like, put his hand on his back and shit out there.
Yeah, and like, man, here we go. He told troops don't. Oh yes, I did see this. He told troops not to listen to Donald Trump's order, and Pete Hegseth said since he's retired Navy, he's being considered for active duty. Yes, I did see that. I mean. Yeah, I mean, I guess he's retired Navy, and he was one of the guys that got caught telling the troops not to listen to the orders of the government. Now they're putting him back on duty to hammer him in the military because the rules are much different than civilian world. So I mean, didn't tell the troops not to listen to the president, regardless if you know. I'm sure a lot of troops didn't agree with Barack Obama when he was in charge, but they had to listen to him.
Not called. It's that fucking called orders, not choices, motherfucker.
Yeah, you join. There's a little different, and that's where Steve gets into like our orders and our agenda as cops. And there's a line that I think COVID kind of pushed it, but I would not, as a cop, enforce any infringement on the Second Amendment. If they started to try to do gun grabs, I'm out. Like at that point, if it's getting to that point anyway, probably a job is like kind of getting into the Walking Dead area.
If it gets to that point, I'll have been gone long before it gets there, because I'll know it'll be so it'll cross. So my line of like, nope, I'm out of here is so far back from the point we're doing gun grabs. I'll have been long gone, and I'll have a beard and shit before that ever comes.
Yeah, and that's where I talk a lot about cops and like thinking about another career. It's like, and I'm a little worried. Dom says this a lot, that they're doing this weak policing on purpose to get enough people in law enforcement that will enforce something unconstitutional. It's scary.
You can't, because these weak ass cops couldn't fucking do it, because they'd show up and get their teeth knocked out.
But they're going to be told to do it, and that's going to be a civil war.
They can't physically make it happen.
Yeah, that's where it's going to get ugly.
They don't have enough ability to make it happen.
There's nothing self-proclaimed heroes will not do for a paycheck and a pet. He's not wrong. Not wrong. I know, not all of this, but there's some people. He's right. I would think. I think it's gotten worse and worse. He's right, and I think he's right, because you need young and impressionable, because the old and salty are like, get shut up with that shit. Yeah. I don't know if it's true, but I heard that here in Georgia, the BLETC is going from 800 hours of back to 408. If that is the case, what are your thoughts? I don't even know what that means.
The what? The BLETC going from I guess basic law enforcement training course.
Oh, they're dropping the hours.
Yeah, they're dropping the hours. No. It's still, as far as I know, it's still staying full tilt. Yep.
That's all we need is less training, right? Steve, what do you think? We need more money for training. Steve, what do you think? Yeah, I was talking FTO stuff today and how weak the programs have gotten, and how I'm sure your agency's not dealing with it. You have a great administration and a great chief, but we're dealing with basically FTOs are being put in a position where you're basically being told you're not washing anybody. We need the bodies, and they're not. I mean, that's. And you guys have obviously a very strict hiring standard anyway, so that will never happen there. But when you're down 25,
oh yeah, man. If you don't have anybody to answer calls, what the fuck are you gonna do? Yep.
Yeah, Steve, we need you on the anti-hero broadcast Mondays and Thursdays. Dom was on today this morning, so Steve, it's the only place I don't see Steve's name, so I miss him when he's not there. But yeah, so I can't imagine, but they're cutting the amount of training. Everything's going computerized. We're cutting the real training, which is out in the field doing the job. I think the FTO program should be longer. And they made a case today, Dom did, he said 30. Tyler said 25, minimum age to be a cop. And we say, you got a 20, 21-year-old, some states like Florida, 19, 20-year-old.
18 in Pennsylvania.
At a domestic violence call.
18.
At a domestic violence call of 25-year married people screaming, trying to rationalize in his pea brain how to tell these two grown adults not to fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to train and fund people that have no duty to protect anyone but themselves. Well, he's not wrong. Supreme Court has said that we have no duty to act. Can't be arrested for it. That was proven in Thurman Douglas, where Scott Peterson was found not guilty when they charged him with not responding to the shooting. If I'm lucky I can get back into corrections county, though. I'm done with the state DOC. Yeah, state DOC is wild. I'm sure it's just bad in Georgia.
Oh
DOC.
God, yeah.
It is wild.
I don't know anywhere that is good. Like you can hear the police departments. This place is good. This place is bad. Blah blah blah. You never hear anything but corrections just trash everywhere. Corrections.
And
are any good states with happy corrections officers?
It's a tough job, man. It is a shitty.
Yeah.
It kind of dispatch is shitty, and they're shit on, and corrections is shitty, shit on, and it's a. I mean, I left because I was not. That was their play, was to put me in the jail, and I'm like, I'm not fucking going in the jail, buddy. No. Like, it's not happening, and I respect them, and that you should respect them.
Yeah, man, for sure. It's a terrible fucking job.
Yep. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up 15 minutes early. We will be live in 15 minutes on the Anti-Hero and Counterculture YouTube again for the night shift. We got a crew over there setting up, getting ready. Jordan, have a happy Thanksgiving, man. I appreciate it. Hope you and your family do well for Thanksgiving. We will be back next Wednesday. We appreciate it, guys, and tune in to Night Shift here in 15 minutes.
See this patch on my arm right here? What's that say? It says the not fucking around crew. That's what that says.